After a few weeks off, it's time again for the Fish Face-Off series. If you're new to this series, I take a look at 2 different species and compare them on 7 different attributes. After the video, I'll put a poll up on the following Monday so you can vote for your choice. So let's take a look at 2 very common and popular live bearer species, the molly versus the guppy. Interbreeding is the main reason that you wouldn't want to keep guppies and mollies together. Both of these fish are of the genus Pasilia, with the guppy being the Pasilia reticulata and the more common molly species being the Pasilia latipina, Pasilia schnaps, and Pasilia volifera. These fish will interbreed with each other, creating a fish either called a golly or a muppy, both of which being infertile, which means they cannot reproduce into the next generation. So let's start out talking about size and appearance. Your common guppy species will be about 2 inches long or so, with the mollies being much bigger at about 3 to 5 inches, even with some being a little bit larger than that. Both of these fish have been bred into a wide variety of different color morphs and tail shapes, with there literally being thousands of different guppy morphs as well as many morphs of the common and sailfin molly varieties. It won't be difficult to find either a molly or a guppy that will fit your taste and desires. In terms of availability, both of these fish are extremely popular and can be found in a wide variety of different places, from your big box stores, local fish stores, club auctions, and many online vendors. Some of the higher end guppy species may be more difficult to find. You may have to find them from your local breeder, guppy clubs, or high-end online vendors. Mollies don't really have the same high-end strains as guppies, so most of your common molly strains will be readily available at your big box store, local fish store, or club auction. In terms of pricing, it really does depend on the strain. You can find many of the common molly or guppy strains pretty much at the same price, around $2 to $5 per fish. However, when you get to the higher end strains of guppies, they can be quite expensive, with some being $50 per pair. Since mollies don't really have higher end strains, I've never really seen molly species go for that high. Both of these fish are easy to care for and have the same requirements as all of your common live bearers. Both of these fish will thrive in a tank at your typical tropical temperatures with harder water. As long as you have a cycled tank and healthy specimens, you should be pretty successful with both of these species. Some of the mollies do have a reputation for being a little bit difficult, since they are bred in farms overseas with brackish water, but you can be successful as long as you pick healthy specimens and keep them in harder water. As long as you start with healthy specimens, both of these fish are fairly hardy. Coupled with care requirements is longevity. The longevity of these fish really depends on the temperature with which you keep them. The higher the temperature, the shorter the lifespan of the fish. Your guppies will live about 1.5 to 3 years, while your mollies live a little bit longer at about 3 to 5 years. This is all dependent, of course, on temperature as well as how well you take care of them. Both of these fish are peaceful and will make great additions to either your species-only tank or a community aquarium. These fish will behave peacefully towards other tank mates and do not act aggressively towards other fish. Some of the longfin varieties, though, may be targets for more aggressive fin-nipping fish. The males of these fish will actively chase females in an attempt to breed, so you'll definitely want to have more females than males in the tank. Other than that, both of these fish are great additions to your community aquarium. Along with being peaceful, both of these species are extremely easy to breed. Males of both of these species possess a gonopodium, which is a stick-like appendage that's used to inseminate the female. The gestation period for both of these fish is 30 days, with the females giving birth to about 20 fry or so. These fry are easy to raise on crushed up flake food and other small type foods. Many advanced aquarists got their start with breeding mollies or guppies. Both of these fish are easy and a lot of fun to breed. Now that we've taken a look at all the attributes, let's see if there's a clear winner. I really think that this is truly a tie on all of the attributes, given that you start with healthy specimens. The only 2 things that come to mind when comparing these 2 fish is that there's a larger number of guppy strains and morphs than mollies, so you'll have more selection, and also, if you have a smaller tank, a guppy would definitely be a preferable choice. However, given the proper size tank, there are a ton of very beautiful molly species to choose from as well. So if you want to learn more about guppies and mollies, I encourage you to check out the 2 videos that I'll post here at the end. So with that being said, stay safe, stay fishy, and I'll see you on the next video.